Alrighty, so here we are in week 8, your Monday night items. Check this out. We're really only 2 weeks away at this point from being done. So, our first item is one of those items we just need to cover because it's important, which is e commerce. And these days it's changing as with everything. So, I found some new content for this semester. And what I want you to do is you have two videos. I'm actually fixing a syntax issue I just saw. I did two videos. So what you want to do is have the notes. You'll watch both of them. And in the notes, what I want is just a different heading. So in this case, make sure you're using headings for, so the first one is trends. Okay, the second one is building a new e-commerce business. This one I almost didn't choose because I felt like he was marketing a little bit, but I also felt like his content was solid in the respect of how to start these sites, what to use, how to go about it, when to leverage bigger. Anyway, I just thought the content was good. It's hard to find even with this first one, but it's hard to find content that doesn't have some kind of built-in sponsorship, which is part of what bugs me about YouTube. But I also appreciate that these creators should have some kind of benefit from doing the work that they're doing. So I see both sides of it. So here's what I want you to do in your lecture: create a new directory, name it e-commerce. Yeah, dashes can go in file names, and inside of that, create your README file, and then use headings, like I said, for each title. And then bullets, right, for major topics that are covered. This one's relatively short. This one's a little bit longer, so check that out. Give me your commit history, and you'll be good to go on this one. I am going to skip, as I sometimes do, to the last one and then come back to this one. So in our current topics, this is a still relevant topic. A little bit dated, but still is, can Walmart catch Amazon and e-commerce? So watch the video. Give us your thoughts. I'm suspecting either you know somebody or you yourself have shopped in both of these locations. I know I have. And there's definitely things that I think Walmart is doing to be more like Amazon, and Amazon is doing to be more like Walmart. But I think this is a good coverage, so give us your thoughts on this topic and two replies. All right, so what I'm going to do here is now on the last item for, or not the last, for Monday night, the second one, but the one I'm going to cover last, is I want you to complete your menu if you didn't already last week and build out at least 15 pages. I'll walk you through it. That's what I'm doing here, right? And I want to say this is like on the replies this week, I only want one student to do one other student's, because what I want you to do is actually click on their links and see if all their links are actually working, because that's part of what you want to tell them. Okay. So I have my GitHub IO site, which I recommend. That is the way that you have your site set up. And what I've been doing is not really much work, but I'll show you what I have my um, live server setting here. I'm at the home. Oh, I just realized an error that I have to fix. That's okay. There's my index. There's my about. And now I have my passions. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to hit pause here. And I'm going to build out a couple of pages and I'm going to show you how I've done it, just so you can see the process. I talked about it last week. So now that I have all my pages, okay, I have my, I got to build out those as well. So I'll build out the rest of my menu pages, right? And then I'll also build out some of my sub pages so you can see what that looks like. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I've started building this out and I thought, well, I'll stop and show you some of what I've done. So what I ended up doing was I started to build out, and I've built out the landing page for all my menu. So all of my menus. And one nice thing on my template is it gives a little, what we call a breadcrumb concept, where you can see where you're at in the site. Because as you see, one of the things that really happens here is that all these pages are on the same level in the root. So looking at them here won't make sense the way they're organized on the site. So one of the things that breadcrumbs do, and your template might not have it, but is it allows you to then show folks navigating your site where they're at in the site. Okay, so what I've done here is I'm starting to work on my family page. And because I had updated this, now I'm going to take this content, okay, and these are just placeholders, but these are my sub pages. So let me build out my first one. So what I would do is take my family page, because again, that's from which all of these pages will flow. Now you don't have to. You can do it however you want. I just do it because it saves me a little bit of time in copying and pasting some things that I may not have to. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to hit copy. While I'm in the same directory, I just hit paste, and it gives that file name. And then what I could do here is just hit rename. Okay, there we go. And now I have that page. And then I would, in this page, go ahead and put, okay, there. Okay, good. All right, so now what I would also do is update my little breadcrumb down here, because what I could do here is now have the aref. Okay, so you'll see this. And this is where, right, aref. No, it doesn't do it, does it? Yeah, it does it if I do that. And then I could put, right, .html. That needed to be scooted over, so I'm just going to drag that here, right? Oh, actually, no, this should be family. Okay, so actually I'm going to need, no, I won't. This will be family. And then, again, your template's going to be different. I'm just showing you how I'm doing it for mine. Because now, in my breadcrumb idea, well, again, this is just a nice thing about building out these pages, right? Because you can see here. And I think it might help you logically kind of think through how these are done. Okay, this is not a link anymore because I'm on the actual page, right? Okay, so now let's see if that works. If I click on her page. Now, in this case, it's the same page, so it's a little hard to see, but I can see it up in the navigation. So the other thing I can do is come down here and go, okay, I can take off everybody else's. And that makes a little more sense. And then I could say instead of here, instead of this li, right, I could do, let's see, I'd have to look at my template, but you get the idea. I could do an H3 maybe, right? Naomi. There we go. Okay. So now that gives me that structure and allows the user to navigate back to family. See that? Okay. Allows them to navigate anywhere else. And there's a little bit of a lag there. But I think you get the idea, right? I think you get the idea of what you need to do here. But so build that at least 15 pages, right? And that's the cool thing about posting this, and creating the structure of those sub pages, even if you don't have them done. Remember, I don't have images on them, right? Even if I have just lorem ipsum as far as content for now, I at least can build this site structure out and feel like I'm making some real accomplishment. So when when your fellow students post their links, okay, then go in and navigate through and see if there's anything broken. Like for me right now, Facebook, I would take off Instagram, Skype I don't use anymore. Or is that Insta? That's Insta. Oh, InLink. I do have LinkedIn. So I do have one of those I might put up. So I would start getting rid of, and that would be something I'd probably want to do before I start building out these pages. Otherwise, right, I'll probably stop now and do that. That way I don't have as much work to do copying and pasting. But if I do have to do it, that's okay too. Okay, so I think that gives you enough. Build out 15 pages, right? I'll walk you through just what I did now. Reply to only one if possible, right? And check their site. Actually check their site and then tell them, and this is kind of what we call a peer review, so that you can see, are your pages build? And I said build out most, right? So at 21, if you get 15 at least built out, I'm telling you, you're going to feel a sense of accomplishment. And some of you may feel like, you know what, I'm going to keep going, and I would recommend that. Like the more you do, the better it's going to be. All right, hope this helps you out.